boy, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Anyway, welcome back everyone. Yeah, I think it's time to ditch the kegger. It's time. I think it's had a plenum intake blown out. Plenum gasket blown out for a while in the intake. And I've never been a big fan of this design, so yeah, I think we're going to ditch it today. So, got to get all the bracketry out of the way, upper radiator hose, belt off of it, the whole bracket. I'm going to take the whole upper bracket off for these alternator and the air compressor. Going to get rid of that, move it out of the way. Obviously the intake hat has to come off. Fuel rail, vacuum lines, electrical connections for like throttle position sensor, map sensor, idle air control valve, intake air temperature, all that's got to come off. So battery's disconnected, coolant's drained. See, because obviously the top radiator hose has to come off, plus the bypass hose. So yeah, you got to drain the coolant, get that done. And I guess we'll go ahead and walk back here, because on the tailgate I already have this beauty. Yeah, very nice piece. It's expensive though, I will say that. It's just for mock-up. I don't even know that that's the right places for this. According to their directions, this is the correct orientation, but obviously all that's just loose, so that way I can mount the fuel rail on there and make sure everything lines up first before everything's tightened. Obviously none of these are tight. None of them have any thread sealer on them, because I want to make sure, like, do I need this here, right? Because if not, I may just tap it. Or not tap it, I might just put a plug in it like this. I may just plug it, because I got a few plugs. So, same thing over here. There's two nipples. This is a really nice 4-barrel to 2-barrel adapter. That's a CNC piece. I mean, that's really nice. Very smooth. I don't know if you can see in there, like, how smooth that is. Really nice piece. I'm not a big fan of Hughes engines, having to deal with them personally, but this is a nice piece. So, ports obviously are just cast. No CNCing on them. I had planned on potentially gasket matching it, but truthfully, it's fairly close. And these are stock heads. They're not EQ heads or anything like that. They're just stock heads for now, so it doesn't really feel like it's going to be a benefit. I'll just leave it be. But yeah, I'm going to wait and get all this done until after the old intake's off, and I can get the fuel rail and the fuel injectors mounted to this one. Because, I mean, I have the quick disconnect, so I'm just going to disconnect the fuel rail and just pull the intake off. So that way, I can set them side by side, and I can say, okay, I need a big plug here, or I need a big nipple here, and small nipple here, or, you know, for the IAT, I need it over here. Intake air temperature sensor, that is. That way, I can just get this thing ready on the bench, and that way, when it's time to go, I can just plop it on and rock. So, oh, there's a burr. Look at that. A little piece of sliver. Can you see that? Right there? Maybe not. Maybe I should take back what I said, man. Wow, maybe I should go through it now. Nah, it's just fine. That's fine. But yeah, this is... I'm fawning over it, but it's really nice. Like, it's very nicely done. This is a much nicer piece than they have in their advertisement. So, and you can see it is the Hughes. It's not the knockoff. Not a knockoff. I was going to go with the PIE, the performance injection one, but I couldn't really find anybody that's installed one, so it left me a little bit hesitant. So I just spent the extra money, because this sucker is expensive. This thing's $1,000 bucks. $1,000. You get all that you see here, plus the gaskets. That's it. It is a lot of money. Well, and you get intake bolts and hardware to mount the fuel rail. But wow, it is not cheap. It is not cheap, let me tell you. But it won't blow a plenum gasket out, because that's a solid piece. So intake is one single piece of cast aluminum, plus the adapter here. But, you know, we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'll get back up here. And I want to start disconnecting stuff. I probably won't have it done today just because I have such limited time, been really busy. So, but the next time you see me, I'll have all this front dress off for sure. And yeah, we'll have the intake off by then. But it may not be today. Okay, well, I've been working a little bit and I got the front dress off. Everything's out of the way now, except for the intake and the horn, throttle body. I think all electrical connections, goodness, I think they're done. So I need throttle cable, cruise control cable off. I need the intake hat, need it off, and then fuel rail connection there off, and then I can start pulling the bolts. So yeah, it's close, but I'm actually going to have to stop here for the day. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I don't really want to get this thing peeled open. You know, I don't mind the coolant because I'm going to flush that anyway whenever I get done. But I don't really want to just let this thing sit here. So, yeah, I guess I'm going to pause here. Leave it all sealed up so that way nothing gets into the engine. And I guess next time I'm able to, I'll work on it and I'll get the intake off and get everything swapped over, get everything cleaned up, like the old gaskets for the intake and the channel wall, get all that scraped up and cleaned. And I'm gonna get a bypass hose because I don't like that. I don't like that at all, and I got a feeling this thing's gonna bust anyway. So they're really prone for busting, and I don't like the angle of it, so I think that's nice. I think I'm gonna get a new one. So I gotta get one of those, and probably get a new thermostat since I'm here. And yeah, we'll just keep rolling. So yeah, hang tight. Be back shortly for you all. Okay, well, I got even more stuff out of the way. This thing should be ready to pop off now. I'm gonna see if I can do a balancing act here. Maybe get a bite on this thing somewhere. There we go. It's loose. Let's see if I can get it up. You can hang out there for a minute. Oh, it's stuck in the back. There we go. Oh boy, it should come out now. So, let me see. I'm gonna have to have both hands. Give me 1 minute. Un momento. Okay, so I got a few things I gotta transfer over. Namely, obviously, throttle body, fuel rails and injectors, this hose because that's for the brake booster, and then the water neck for the thermostat housing, and then the IAT, the intake air temperature sensor. So one of the things that they say, you have to shorten this crossover hose for the fuel rail because I think the layout, it actually has to be shortened because the angle changes of the injectors. You can see these are fairly straight up and down, whereas in that boss, they're a little bit angled towards the center of the intake. So, and maybe I can get a little, yeah, see those are a bit more straight up and down. So I think that changes the length of this hose. And yeah, I'm not going to worry about scraping the gaskets off of this one. I'll have to clean off the engine side itself, obviously, but I'm not going to worry about cleaning these gaskets off because I don't care. You know, I'm not going to use this intake. It's going to go in the scrap pile. I'm not going to pick it up again, so I don't need it. But yeah, I'm going to start transferring that stuff over. And let's see, I might not be able to get the fuel rail all the way on, but I can at least mock that up. I won't be able to fully mount this either because the fuel rail will need to be on first because of the throttle bracketry. And I won't be able to do this yet because I think I'm going to get a new thermostat. Might as well. I've got to take it off. And then I've got to get a new bypass hose. So intake won't be on today, but I'll get it on. I'll get it on soon. Engine's covered now. So if it rains, the hood's shut, engine's covered. I got some stuff laying on it to keep stuff from blowing away or keep it from blowing off. But yeah, I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to clean it because I can already see in the butterflies there that there's definitely some gunk. So I'm going to clean that while it's off. And I want to tear it down and see. I'm going to take the plate off the bottom, and I want to see if it's blown. Because I don't see like oil residue in the ports themselves, but we'll see. All right. Okay, so I wanted to come back really quickly just to show this. This thing's 100% blown because there's oil on the backside of the butterfly. So, yeah, that is absolutely blown. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't think there's really any need to pull the plate off. I may do it anyway just for, as they say, poops and giggles. But let's see if we can get this loose while I'm holding the camera. Come on, buddy. Get in there. You don't understand how hard it is to try and make sure you've got a good shot while you're trying to work one-handed. This is an art. And I'm not good at art. I really should have brought my little tripod thing. Because I look like an idiot right now. Okay. Let's approach this the other way. Come on, feller. You want to come loose. Don't you fight me. Just let it happen. Okay, I'll be back. Well, just as I figured, it was blown. I swear that's not staged. But it had obviously failed around this corner. And, yeah. Back corner of the intake, that seems to be the most predominant point of failure, the ones that I've seen at least. So it's just proof. Any of you guys that say, or hear anybody say, like, the bolts are too short, that's simply not the case. These were torqued down. The plate actually had to be pried off. I had to pry it off with a little bar. And the problem is you have a steel plate here and an aluminum intake here, and they heat and expand and they cool and they change at different rates. That's what blows this. So any of you guys that are experiencing poor mileage, that are experiencing pinging under load, anything like that, guarantee you this is your problem. So just if you have a Magnum, keep an eye on that. And this is exactly why I'm going to this. Now this is just mock-up, obviously. I have new O-rings for the fuel injectors. So I'm going to put new injectors on those. You can see that's the bracketry for that. And you can also see like how that one's off and that one's off. When you push them in, that hose kinks a little bit. So that's why that has to be shortened. So I'm going to work on getting that shortened. I really don't know that I want to keep this thing. You can see it's one of the good ones, as everybody says. It doesn't have that center divider in it. So that's... I guess it makes it a bit more desirable for people if they want to keep a kegger. But, yeah, I don't want to keep it. But anyway, I'm going to get this thing buttoned up. I'm going to get these two sensors out of it, coolant temp and the intake air temperature sensor out of it. I'm going to put it somewhere. I don't know where. Okay, well, I haven't filmed a whole lot, but I have it on. It's not fully torqued down. Everything's not hooked up, but I got the O-rings for the fuel injectors changed. That was a mat that I used on the bumper, so don't worry. I got the O-rings on those changed. I got the throttle body cleaned. I got everything swapped over, and obviously got some thread sealer on stuff. I need to get a bypass hose still, and I need to get a thermostat, and I need to clean the thermostat housing. But I cleaned underneath the intake, obviously, the mounting surfaces for the intake gaskets and the China walls. And, wow, that was fun. What else? Oh, I don't know if you can see it, but that bracket for the fuel hold down, right there, that sort of interferes with the throttle bracket, I had to grind on the actual throttle cable side, the bracket, sorry, and clearance that. So, and also that bracket, I don't really like the way it holds those fuel injectors up. I think that's a little sketchy. I don't know how I feel about it, but I guess we're going to see, because this side's like that. The other side's great, but I'm not a super fan. They're actually being held up by the bracket. There is no spacer in between it, if you can see. Everything's flush mounted, but the problem is that there's just a warp, bend, I don't really know. Something in either the machining or the old part, more than likely the fuel rail. But I actually ground the top of that down with a grinder, and it helped some, but it didn't really help enough to where I'm like thrilled about it. But we'll see. I have to torque the intake. I gotta torque the intake down. Gotta get all this stuff on. Truthfully, what I'd like to do is get the intake torqued down and see if it runs good first before I get everything put on. And I'll just fire it for a second and see. I don't know. We'll see. Now would be the time to do it, honestly, because everything should be vacuum sealed. All the ports are sealed. There's nothing to vacuum leak other than the intake, which I'm really hoping doesn't. So, yeah. Everything pulled down good. It's set down in there good. I think that it's fine. I hope it's fine. We'll see, I guess. But I'd really hate to put all that garbage on it and then need to take the intake back off, because like the back China wall gasket's out, but it doesn't really appear to be. Of course, I can't reach back there. I gotta get a ladder. Let me just get this ladder, a convenient ladder. Just get that thing, see if I can get it back there and feel. There's not always an upside to being a giant. Let's see. Now it's not out, so that's good. It's in place. The front one's in place as far as I can tell. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see, I guess. Oh, hopefully it's not, but it's Easter Sunday. I really wanted to get this thing on, so that way the top of the engine's not just unsealed. So I'm probably going to call it there for today. Come back tomorrow and try to get it finished up. So yeah, sorry I didn't film a whole lot of that. I was just hustling trying to get it done, truthfully. But yeah, let's see. Alright, catch you guys next time. Well, next time I'm here, which is tomorrow. I can't let it run very long, but it is running again. No water, so it can't run long, but it does run. All right. Well, I was recording. I think it just shut off on me. I just got my little thing here, but it does run. It doesn't sound like it has any vacuum leaks. Doesn't sound like it has any issues. Oh, thank God. Sounds good. Sounds good. Oh, what a relief. So, I got the bypass hose on. I'm just going to tell you guys, this is the worst part of any of these jobs. Like, this is one of the worst things to do. So, just be prepared. I was going to film it, but it's hot. Oof, it's hot. I got the new thermostat on. I got everything done. So, one thing quickly that they don't talk about, and it may just be specific to this truck, unfortunately. The intake air temperature sensor, I had to move over here. So, I had to extend the wires. You can see those new. That's the best match I could find, truthfully. But I had to extend them from over here. So, I mean, they run into the intake, that's fine, but just so you're aware, if you have the PCV on passenger side, then you're going to have to extend it, or you're going to have to try and reroute your PCV, which honestly, I probably could have done that, and that would have been simpler, but PCV is something I don't really want to mess up, and I don't want to kink a hose and then potentially lose any kind of crankcase ventilation. So, but it does run. Very happy about that. I've lost a socket in the back I've got to find, but now I got to let it cool off, so not going to do that right now. I got to get all this front dress back on, and everything else buttoned up, but other than that, it should be good. I know I can't do that yet because I need to roll the window up. So, yeah, very happy with that. And I took my keys out. I've got it together. I don't know where, but it's together. I've got it together, but I forgot where I put it. All right, there we go. No check engine light so far, so that's awesome. But yeah, I'll get the rest of the front dress put on, get some water in it, let it run up to temp. I'm gonna go ahead and unhook that, just because I have them taped, but the alternator exciter wire or charge wire is bare. So, but I taped it just to make sure it wasn't flapping around. But this is one of those things that I like to make sure it runs first before I button it up. So, got to get the front dress on it, belt, air cleaner, some odds and ends. Like that's the AC one, and I cannot for the life of me remember what that's to. So, I got to remember where that goes. And then yeah, I should be done. So, but whenever it's done, I'll be back. Well, whenever I get the front dress and stuff on, I'll be back. All right, well, I got this thing back together. I got the top end back on it. Well, front bracket, I should say. Front accessory, hoses, all that stuff is on it now. And I just ran it again, made sure no leaks. Well, no gas leaks, no vacuum leaks. And it's not leaking coolant into the oil. Maybe. Oh, it's all over the stick now because it's just been started. Nope, I ain't gonna sit there. Well, I'll look at it in a minute. I can't, I don't really think I can wipe that off. Oh. There we go. One-handed. Oh, come on now. Come on. There you go. Yeah. See? No coolant on the stick. It is a little down, but it's downhill, so I know that might make it read like. But anyway, it was sucking a lot of oil, so that makes sense. One thing though, I pressure tested it, found a couple of leaks. One was this connection here wasn't very sealed, but also down there, they got off the water pipe right there is leaking too. So what I'm gonna do is clean it back off, and well, actually first I'm gonna let it sit overnight because I RTV'd it, and then retest it. But if that doesn't fix it, I'm gonna clean it, drain this thing again, clean it off, and clean that tube off, that is, and re-silicone it, because I have yet to see one that won't leak if it's not RTV'd a little bit. So yeah, it is what it is, but runs good. It runs really good. It has very old gas in it, and I think where everything was unplugged, it's a little bit rich on first startup, because if you shut it off, you have to hold the throttle down a little bit to get it to fire. So I think that's probably partially a combination of old garbage gas, because this thing's it's probably got 2-month-old gas in it now, and probably injectors might be a little sticky, so might run some stuff through them, but it doesn't miss and stumble. Well, that's fine. I also dropped a socket in the back I gotta find too, so. But everything else is hooked up. Went together great, no issues. The bracketry works like it's supposed to, so the brace for the AC compressor is good. The brace for the alternator is good. Like I said, also I redid the bypass hose, so that's brand new, not an issue there. It's not throwing any check engine lights, so and yeah, obviously pressure testing it. What I was looking for was obviously like an internal coolant leak, but also external. So, and there's no coolant has been dripped in there. You can see it run down the side of the block, but also here, if I can get that thing off. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. There we go. Maybe. Was that there? There we go. You can see it's pretty close to the top, so it's only a minimal drip. I'm not super worried about it because I know I can get it fixed, but it's just so you know, like if you take that tube out, which more than likely you're going to have to get the top bracket off, you're going to have to re-silicone it. It has like this little rubber O-ring, and truthfully, I've never seen one that's sealed super great anyway, so we always put like a dab of silicone around the edge of the tube. It seemed to help, so. But anyway, yeah. Oh, and one more thing. Number 7 injector plug. I don't know if you can see it right there. I broke the top of it, so yeah. I gotta find a pigtail, fix that. So, amazing things. But yeah. I'm probably going to wrap this up here because, I mean, it's done. It really just needs that fixed. Well, maybe not. Maybe once I get it all fixed. Nah, I'm going to do this. When I get that fixed, I'll come back with it idling, maybe a little bit of a video and an outro. And then in, I don't know, maybe a week or two after, I'm going to make another video with my thoughts on the intake. So, anyway, thanks guys. I'll do the outro now, I guess, because the next will just be literally the truck running. So, thanks for watching. Greatly appreciate all the support. Hope you all have a great day.